Hi there, and welcome to the part 16 of the series where we create Fiverr inside WordPress. Now, in the previous video, what we did was we created a form where we can create orders, and that order can be connected to the gigs, to the user, and the form was actually placed inside this single gig template. So if you come here, and let's say you go on a home page, and inside the home page, I open up any gig. You can see the form is there, but the problem is that once this form is now functional, it works the way we intended to. But no, it's not like in the final version, but it works. So the goal here is that we need to place this form in a very dynamic way so it doesn't appear to everyone, and only those people who are registered on the platform can submit this form and place an order. And obviously this form will be processing payments as well in the future. So if I scroll here, this is a sticky part of the page or the sidebar, and the form is going behind it. And at the same time, this form is not on a very ideal place, because what I would like to do is I would like to place this form right here, somewhere around here. So let's say if someone clicks here, they should be scrolled down to here, and that's how it should be. So before that, what we need to do is we need to go ahead to the single gig template, and I'll delete this form right from here. Now here what I need to do is I need to add some buttons, some text, so the users know that if they want to order something or they want to place an order for a gig, they have to be logged in. And once they can log in, they can see the button, which would be the order now button. So first of all, let's go ahead and click add the button of order now. So I would say order now, and this has to be given the same green, and I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, it works. However, should be background color this dark gray. Yeah, it works pretty well. Now here what I need to do is I need to create a section here, and the section should be like, for example, if I scroll down, I need to add another container right here, and the container should be, for example, it should have the CSS ID of order area, and here I'm gonna give it the order area. So what I'm doing is that, let's say if I click on order now, I should be coming here to this exact area. So that's what I want to do. Now this thing, order now, I also want to add some text, and the text should be in order to place order, you must sign in. See, so that's what I want to do here. I'll go ahead and use this font and styling. I'll make it dark gray. And so you might be confused, like what's the reason of adding a button or order now and then having the text right here. So this is what I want to do here. I want to make sure that whenever someone is logged into the platform, they should see only this order now button. And if someone wants to let's say they're not logged into the platform, so what they are supposed to do is they're supposed to see this text, and at the same time there should be another button, and that button should be sign in. Sign in. So let's say if they're not logged in, they should be seeing this text and this button. So how do I make this possible? All I have to do is go ahead to the advanced tab, and inside the conditions, display conditions, that display conditions will actually make me add this feature. So I think it's an Elementor core feature, so I'll click on add condition, and this is the okay. So okay, I haven't actually worked with this feature before, but let's yeah. So this is where it should be. So there it is, login status. So based on login status, I'm gonna make sure that this widget or this specific element should appear or not. So if this login status, is showing, so it should appear. I'll click on save and close. Yep, that's it. And these two widgets should have the logged out status. So for example, let's go ahead to the display conditions, add condition. We'll go ahead into the login status is logged out. I'll click on save and close. Then I'll go ahead for this one as well. Login status logged out. I'll click publish, and now here we can see. So for example, if I go ahead to this specific gig, I'll only see the order now button. See? And if I somehow visit this page into an incognito mode, you can see here, I see this specific text. It's asking me, in order to place the order, you must sign in. And then I can link this specific button to the login page. Right now, I don't know which one link it is, but I'll link it out. So that's pretty much it. That's how it works. Now I'll go ahead to the pages and I'll see which one is the login page in case I forgot. So yeah, there it is. I'll go ahead here and I'll search for internal URL. Now I can just directly go ahead and write, like, for example, login. But the problem with this approach is that if I put, a URL in this manner, so whenever, for example, the page name is changed or something like that, or let's say there's a URL change for the website and stuff like that, I'll have to change this manually again. So the easiest and more dynamic method is to use the internal URL, and inside there choose content and choose login. So no matter what happens, if the page name is changed, URL is changed, whatever happens, it will stay connected all the way. So it's much easier and to maintain. I'll click on publish. Now this is done. The next thing here is that we need to add these, or let's say, instead of adding all of these, yeah, let's keep them right here. What we can do is we need to add the form right here, and I'll give it a title here, and it should be let's add some paddings. That's it. The title should be order placement form. Now the next thing here is that I'm going to change it to the larger header. It should be dark gray, and then I'm going to add the form. This should be gig order form. Now this whole section needs to be hidden as well. Why? Because I don't want people to see or look at this section whenever they are not logged in. So I will go ahead and add this condition as well. Click on display conditions and add conditions. So let's say if the login status is logged in, it should appear. I'll click on save and close and click on publish. It should work that way. I'll just refresh the page and I'll show you. See, it is working. Now, in order to make this whole login form a little bit different from the rest of the page, stuff like that, what I can do is I can make the whole section background color, let's say this sort of dark gray, and then the text should be all white. This way is much better. And so inside the style, what we can do is we can go ahead to the labels, and the label color should be white. Then the checkout and radio fields, the color should be white. And then further, let's say the buttons, background color is completely white, while the text color is dark gray. And then the typography should be this. There shouldn't be any border right now. And the messages, so the messages are like success message, It should have a completely background green color. Text color should be, let's say, white. Yep. Error message should have a background color of, let's say, red. I think that's pretty much it. The color should be white. The typography should be this. Let's do it for the second one as well. So I think, and let's go ahead to the submit button again. The background color should be for the hover green. The text color should be white. So yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. It makes a huge difference, and this order placement form is like, this is what exactly we need. Now here, I'll do one more thing. I think since we don't have any border radius on the other, elements, we can ignore it right away. So I'll click on publish, and if I'm here again on the single gig, I'll just click on order now, and I can see the order placement form. So if yeah, everything is functional as expected. So that was the idea of like how we should make sure that the form is appear exactly the way we want, and it should, like, for example, let's connect the other links as well. I'll go ahead to the header, and inside the header I'll connect the login as well. Internal URL. Yep. And I think the join button. Okay, so let me go ahead and see freelancer sign up. So we do have this button. Okay, so now I need to link this as well. Freelancer sign up. I'll click on publish. Okay, I also need to add another item here, and that would be removing this button whenever I'm logged in. So here I'll duplicate this right here, and when I duplicate it, I'll rename it with dashboard, and I'll reduce this width of the search. We don't need that much, wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this button appear whenever I'm not logged in. So I click on here, display conditions, add condition. I'll go ahead to the login status, and it should be logged out. So whenever I'm logged out, or I'm not logged in on the platform, I should see the join button. But let's say whenever I'm logged in, I'll replace this link to account page, because that's where the dashboard is. Then I'll go ahead to the advanced tab, display conditions, and whenever I'm logged in, I should be seeing this button. So login status, yeah, logged in. It's all good now. So the idea is that we don't want people to see the join button again when I'm logged in, and everything should be dynamic. And now again, there's one more problem, and that's the login link inside the menu. So I need to remove that as well. I'll go ahead to the menus from the WordPress dashboard directly. So, okay, I think I have the icon list widget, so I'll just remove it right away from here. I'll click on publish, and there you can see, if I go to the home page again, I'll be able to see the dashboard. If I click on it, I see the dashboard. But for some reason, if I'm not logged in, okay, if I'm not logged in, I won't see this. You can see, I see the join button. If I click on join, I can see the sign up and everything. So let's do the final touches as well. I'll add title here to this page as well. So let's go ahead to the pages and freelancer sign up. I'll edit this with Elementor. These final details are really important whenever you want to wrap up things. Another problem I'm seeing here is that there are like huge spaces between the elements, and which I don't want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a different structure for the whole header, and I'm going to show you how. So here I'll add a heading here and sign up as a freelance. And then what I'm going to do is increase the size to this 46px, change this, and I think that's pretty much it. Let's add 100 to top and bottom. I'll click on publish. Now you can see here that if you look at the header, there is this much space here, then this, and it looks uneven because I need to distribute it into the two sections. Right now what we have is that if I go here, what I have is the column vertical, and yes, if I go here, it is the space between. But let's say if I remove this, everything becomes like leaning to the left, and the problem is that the join button is not on the end of the screen, which makes it another issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the space between, but instead what I'm going to do is I'll create a new one, and that should be the two column layout. Now the two column layout is going to help me put everything in line. So I'll first this put right here, then this should be, and then so there are two sections now, and the first section is going to have the logo and the search bar. Yes, I think that's pretty much it. So here I'm going to increase it to 55. Instead it should be 65%. I think that's it. Now the next thing here is that we both have like, oops, I think I need to put it right here. Yeah, okay, it works now. Now the next thing here is that we need to make sure that the direction of these elements is not like vertical, it should be horizontal, and that way I can put them, side by side. Another thing is that I need to make them in the middle, and the same thing should happen with this column as well. So here I'm going to put it that way. The button should be here, and if I go ahead and click on, I'll remove this section. I'll increase the height to a little bit of, let's say, 80 pixel with a border as well. So let bottom 1px, and the border color should be this. And I can also add a box shadow of, let's say, 20 with a very light color. Yep. Now here if I refresh, now here's the problem. Everything works, but except if I open up this page, yes, see, this content appears on the left side instead of on the right side. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the content is vertically appearing perfect as well. And right now what's happening is that the justification of the content should be on the end. So if I click on publish and refresh the page, it will appear perfectly fine. So no matter on whatever size or page I am, it will always look good. And there's also another link that says become a seller. So yeah, I think, yeah. So the final thing would be dashboard. So the dashboard icon should be changed. I should just search for user icon, and I think that's pretty much it. So now what happens is that users who are not logged in, they'll see the sign in, or let's say sign up page, and if I'm logged in, I'll see the dashboard, and it's way easier for me to access the dashboard instead of going through the URL structure. The next thing was that now the order now works really well, and it is appearing right here. In the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this order form into a very dynamic form, because we need to integrate these pricing structures into this form. So whenever someone places the order, all the right information, all the essential information is being sent from this form to the order which we create. At the same time, we will also make a few more relations, because that way inside the dashboard we can present our orders as a buyer, as a seller, everything right here, and it can be managed properly. So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye bye.